my husband. We were both postdoctoral research fellows, got married in between, had 3 kids.
I always considered myself to be a fairly healthy individual. We were very much into hiking and camping. Every year we do a canoe trip down the Colorado River.
My doctor told me that I should have a baseline mammogram. I'm ashamed to admit I was afraid to call my doctor for the diagnosis.
Primary care physician suggested that we start routinely doing a blood panel once a year. When I was 46 years old, he noticed a blip in my PSA and found that I had indeed had prostate cancer.
And that's how they found out I had breast cancer.
Well, obviously it's devastating because it's the last thing you expect when you're a healthy 46-year-old.
My mother was diagnosed with a form of dementia called Lewy body dementia at a really young age, at the age of 61. She was my best friend, the smartest, best, most caring, amazing woman I've ever met. And she was going away.
You have to live much more for the moment.
When you're researching treatments for cancer, you're very much aware of how deadly the disease can be. So when you're diagnosed with it, it becomes particularly poignant, to say the least. Over the years, I've sort of come to believe that it's my mission to put all the energy I can into finding ways to treat cancer in general and prostate cancer in particular.
My husband was just amazing. He was a rock.
Fortunately, I have a very supportive family, but the most important person was my wife.
I think about my mother every day. I miss my mother every single day.
SBP has a history, I think, of interacting both with philanthropy in a wonderful way, as reflected by its name, as well as industrial contacts that might allow therapies to reach people more quickly. And so the hope is that we can really leverage some of the facilities, for example, the Prebys Center that is involved in drug discovery, as well as the know-how of the various scientists and people that have been in industry itself, bringing that group together to actually make a difference.
The Prebys Center is a very unusual resource. We take on risky projects that perhaps pharmaceutical companies wouldn't be willing to take on, and we take them on earlier.
We study cancer metabolism and focusing on breast and ovarian cancers.
Sometimes people feel that cancer research and treatment has not advanced in the last several years. There have been dramatic advances in the treatment of cancer.
End game is to find a cure, but for us in the lab is really developing drugs to target these enzymes or proteins and taking those into the clinic and curing women with breast cancer.
I was motivated before the diagnosis to do my research, and now it's so integrally a part of me. Maybe I couldn't be more motivated.
What keeps me going actually is being a role model for women in science, because there's not enough of us.
All of us, I think, here have the desire to translate what we do at a very basic science level to things that actually will make a difference for human health.
We can get so far with grant funding, but when it comes to it, philanthropic money really helps.
It's very expensive to do these things that we do, and it takes a long time, which I never understood being a postdoc before. Now that I'm a PI, that you're financially strapped.
The thing that would definitely make a difference would be to say, hey, here's 10 years of support. To be able to do that would be heaven. And the more resources that we can bring to bear, the better a job we can do at it.
It's everybody who really cares about what's going on, and they want to make a difference too. That's why they're here.
I went in and I said, you make sure that I can be around for 20 years to raise my children. And it's sort of tears of joy now because they're grown up and I did it.